What if I told you there's a way to do a Roth conversion and have it cost you nothing? It's not a gimmick. The math is actually pretty simple, and it all comes down to timing. Because here's the thing most people get wrong about Roth conversions, they think the question is whether to convert, but the real question is when. And if you get the timing right, the stock pays for the tax bill itself. Here's how it actually works. Let's say Tesla is sitting at $480 a share. You decide to convert some of your traditional IRA position into a Roth. When you do that, the IRS treats those shares as ordinary income at the value on the day you convert. So you're paying taxes on $480. Now, let's say you're in a roughly 33% effective tax rate on that income. You're paying about $160 per share in taxes when you convert. That hurts, but stay with me. What happens if Tesla runs up by a third from there? Now you're sitting at $640 a share. That $160 gap, the tax you paid, it's been covered by the stock. The appreciation inside the Roth, which now grows completely tax free forever, made you whole on the tax bill. The conversion paid for itself. That's not a hypothetical. That's the math working in your favor, but only if you convert it at the right price. The problem is most people don't convert at the right price, and it shows up in two very different ways. The first is what I call the robotic conversion. January 1st hits, and almost automatically people convert. The logic is simple. The stock is probably going to be higher at the end of the year than it is right now. So convert early and let it run inside the Roth. Sounds reasonable. The problem is that's just an assumption dressed up as a strategy. You're paying taxes based on a prediction, not a price signal. And if you're wrong, or even just early, you've locked in a higher tax basis than you needed to. The second is excitement driven, the it'll never be lower than today conversion. Maybe there's a big product event coming up. Maybe Tesla just ran 80% off a bottom and the momentum feels unstoppable. Whatever the catalyst, people get excited, they turn bullish, and that excitement convinces them that this is the lowest they'll ever see the stock again. So they convert now before it takes off. Either way, you're letting the story you've told yourself about the stock make the decision for you. And that's the trap. The best time to do a Roth conversion with Tesla is when everyone is mad at Elon. Seriously, it's not a joke. When Tesla is catching shade, the headlines are ugly. Retail investors are posting about how they're done with it. X is turned. That's when the stock tends to be genuinely dislocated from its long term value. Not because the business changed, because the mood changed. Those are the moments where the math works most powerfully in your favor. You're paying taxes on a depressed share price. And if you believe in Tesla's long term trajectory, which if you're watching this channel, you probably do, then you're setting up a situation where the recovery happens inside a Roth, tax free forever. The worse the sentiment, the better the conversion opportunity. That's a counterintuitive idea, but it's true. Here's a psychological problem. When sentiment is low and the stock is down, the last thing you want to do is pay taxes. It feels like paying a premium on a depreciating asset. Everyone around you is selling or complaining, and you're supposed to voluntarily write a check to the IRS. That's exactly the inversion that makes concentrated investors different. When it feels the worst, the math is often working most in your favor. Compare that to converting in January when Tesla is up and the mood is electric. That feels smart. It feels like momentum, like you're getting ahead of something, but you're actually paying full price or close to it for shares that already ran. The feeling and the math point in opposite directions, and most people follow the feeling. So, what does good Roth conversion discipline actually look like? You're watching for dislocations, not crashes, moments where the sentiment has dropped faster than the fundamentals, Elon controversy, a bad delivery quarter the market overreacted to, a broader macroeconomy sell off that dragged Tesla down, even though nothing changed about the business. It also means you've already figured out with your advisor what range of conversion makes sense for your tax situation in a given year. Not so much that you push into a higher tax bracket, that's part of the planning. And when the window opens, you move. You're being rational about the price at which you're paying your future tax bill. That's different from timing the market. You're not trying to catch the absolute bottom. You're just trying to convert when the math is tilted in your favor. And those are two very different things. Now, here's a layer that takes us from a good move to a great one. You don't have to convert everything at once. And in most cases, you shouldn't. The tax brackets create natural stopping points. Every year, there's a threshold based on your total income where your marginal rate steps up. 22% becomes 24, 24% becomes 32%. Each jump is a wall you probably don't want to cross unnecessarily. A Roth conversion counts as ordinary income. So the question becomes, how much can you convert this year before you cross into the next bracket? That's your conversion budget. Everything up to that line is taxed at your current rate. The moment you go over, you're paying a higher rate on those additional dollars. Dollars that, if you waited, you could convert next year at the lower rate instead. Say your salary and other income puts you at 150,000 for the year. The top of the 22% bracket for a married couple filing jointly in 2025 is $206,700. That's roughly $56,000 of conversion space before you hit 24%. So you convert $56,000 worth of Tesla shares at the current price, pay 22% on it, and stop. Next year, you can do it again if the conditions are right. Smart conversion strategy isn't just about when in terms of stock price, it's also about how much in terms of your tax picture for the year. If you had a low income year, maybe you left a job, maybe your business had a down year, maybe you're early in retirement and Social Security hasn't kicked in yet. That's a wider conversion window, and you can move more before you hit the next bracket wall. Pair a low income year with a low Tesla price, and you got the ideal conversion scenario. The stock is cheap, and your tax rate on the conversion is lower than it might ever be again. That's the setup you're looking for. A Roth conversion is one of the few moves in a Tesla investor's toolkit where the volatility that usually just causes stress can actually work for you. When the stock drops and everyone is losing their mind, that's not the time to panic. That might be the time to convert. If any of this feels complex or outside your wheelhouse, check us out at rebellionaire.com. We help concentrated investors by building a real financial plan alongside active asset management. I'm Bradford Ferguson, and with that, I'll say bye for now.